Evening, everyone. I will just give us a minute or two before we start. Hopefully, you guys can all hear me clearly. And then we can get going. If there's any issues, any technical issues during the class, just drop a message on the chat and then I'll pick it up there. Otherwise, I don't get the messages on my phone. Cool, my God, nice. Okay, hold on 1 second. Sorry, we have a fountain in our swimming pool. It's quite noisy. Okay, I think let's get started at 5 o'clock on the dot and then go from there. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a ladder flow. So we're going to add some poses. I'll go through the first round quite slowly, and then we're just going to build up some heat, add some poses. Some will hold longer than others, but just have fun. I'm not going to be too worried about alignment and form. It's more about just going into that meditative state. So have fun and enjoy. Okay, coming into a child's pose. You can take it wide-legged or narrow, whichever one feels good for you. If you do wide-legged, it just gives you a little bit more support, allows you to go maybe a bit deeper. Whereas narrow-legged, normal child's pose, just is more stable. Facing the forehead onto the floor, closing into the eyes, letting go of the day, letting go of the week, just becoming present on your mat this evening. We're going to do quite a bit of heart opening in our ladder flow. The focus today in our class is all around love, self-love, love of your body, just love in general, whatever form of love you need. Just dedicate your practice to that. So while we're here, if you'd like to set an intention for your class or sankalpa, stating it to yourself 3 times, wording it as if you already possess it. I am, I have, I can, I will. Leading around love. But otherwise, if you're working with one already and you'd like to stay with that one, that's also okay. If you don't want to set an intention, that's also fine. Starting to tap into your breath, deepening the inhale, deepening the exhales. Trying to find a slow, steady rhythm of breath. Maybe working through the 1 or 2 back bends, so just take it easy, especially the first couple of rounds while we're still warming up. Don't go too deep. Really focus on lifting up the chest, opening up that heart space. And then rooting the hands down into the ground, slowly rounding up through cat. And then settling in a tabletop, having a nice neutral back, having a slight tuck under the tailbone, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Just slowly begin to rock or shift back and forward. Just moving into the wrist a little bit. You can make some circles. And changing direction. You turn the palms or the fingertips to face the other way. Always good to reverse. Stretching into the wrists, really waking them up. Finding where you need it. And then just returning the hands back to normal. Keeping that stack, slowly lower the chin and the chest down towards the ground. Keep those elbows in towards the body. Don't let them splay out. Thumbs high to the sky. You want to get the chest onto the floor. It's a little bit of an awkward pose, but we're holding it here. 5 breaths. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Anahata, 8 level. It's also a really good shoulder opener. Activating, waking these shoulders up. And then last breath, inhale. And exhale. And then slowly tuck the toes under. And then lift the knees, extending all the way down to the floor. Your belly's on the ground. And tuck the toes. Taking the arms on either side of the body. Just lying here for a moment, settling down. Move through into Shalabhasana. Root your feet down into the ground like we do in Cobra. So you really want to draw those baby toes down into the ground, not the whole top of the foot. So you've got slight rotation of the feet, releasing the bum. Lift the knees up slightly off the ground, chin to the ground, and then inhale, palms are up. Slowly begin to peel your shoulders and your chest off the body, off the floor, lifting the hands, palms are still facing up. And then using your breath, see if you can lift up a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Keep making sure you're releasing the glutes and squeezing those toes, the baby toes down into the earth. Inhale, lift it up a little bit more. We're holding it here for a couple more breaths. So just keep trying to lift up as high as you can, using our back strength, lifting up the chest as best you can. Keep those palms up. 3 more breaths. Inhale, find a bit more lift. Almost use your belly to blow you up. And then lowering down, placing the hands underneath the forehead, rock those hips from side to side, loosening up that lower back. And then placing the hands underneath the elbows, tuck the toes under, and then push back into child's pose. Keeping the toes tucked in your child's pose, drawing the thumb down towards the heels, closing off the shoulders, so drawing the armpits down. And then looking forward, lifting the knees 1 centimeter off the ground, holding it there, and then slowly lifting up into your down dog. Settling into maybe your first down dog of the day, either finding stillness or pedaling out the leg. Your hamstrings are quite tight. And keep a nice bend in the legs, and making sure you're drawing that tailbone up towards the sky. And then on your next inhale, shift forward, rolling nice and slowly up to plank. Holding it there, pushing up through the scapulae, and then lifting up, rolling all the way back, moving as if you're moving through sticky syrup. And then inhale, come high onto the toes, rolling forward. And then exhale, reversing the movement, rolling back. I'm just looking for one more of these. Inhale, rolls you forward. And then exhale, rolling back. And then just settling down into your down dog. A brief warm up, sort of the first couple of poses that we're going to do, and I'll add a flow. We'll add a few more there. And then gradually we're looking to do about 3 or 4 rounds. See how time goes. Our third round and our fourth round, if we get to a fourth round, we might have to repeat the third round. But just go where you can go. Have fun. Don't worry. Look between the hands, drop the knees down to the floor, coming into tabletop. Okay, let's get ready for the ladder. Okay, so from your tabletop, drop knees, chin, chest, all the way. Remember to keep those elbows tucked. And then extend the legs out, hands to the floor. Inhale, lift up, Shalabhasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, place the hands underneath the elbows, lifting up, up dog, holding it there, really drawing that heart through the shoulders, lifting the head, releasing the glutes, bending into the right leg, and see if you can roll over, coming into your wild swing, take it easy, it's the first one. So you high onto the ball of the right foot, left foot is rooted down to the ground, and then bring that hand all the way, coming back to plank, moving through a vinyasa of your choice. If you'd like to start off, we can just do first round, dropping the knees, chin, chest, baby cobra, forward to floor, tuck toes, seat back to heel, and then exhale, down dog. Move on my mat a bit. So we might land up going on and off our mat throughout this. Just keep coming back to the center of the mat. And then dropping the knees to the floor, coming to tabletop. Inhale. And then exhale, lowering down, knees, chin, chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, extend the legs out. Untuck the toes. Arms back behind you. Take a breath. And then as you inhale, lift up. Shalabhasana. And then exhale, hands underneath the elbows, rooting the tops of the feet down into the ground. Lift up, up dog. Pull the chest. Really try and lift that chest up towards the sky, release the glutes. And then bending into the left leg, rolling it over, coming into your wild thing. So you're high on the ball of the left foot, right foot is rooting down. And then rooting the hand back down onto your mat, into your plank, holding it there. Either moving through knees and chest, or vinyasa, shifting over the shoulders over hands, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. These ladder flows, I get quite out of breath. So just bear with me. They tire me out as much as they tire everyone else out. Okay, so now for round 2, you repeat round 1 and then we add on another sequence. So drop the knees to the floor, coming through tabletop. Chin and chest. Exhale down, Shalabhasana. Hands to the floor, palms up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Hands underneath elbows, bending into the right foot. See, I'm lying. Lifting up. Up dog. Bending into the right leg, rolling it over. And coming into your wild thing. Inhale and exhale. Now using your right hand, swing the left right foot all the way, coming down into your Anjanasana. Inhale, exhale, sinking low into it. Tuck the toe, inhale, and then exhale, sink a little bit. Inhale, lifting up, high lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, interlace the hands behind your back. And then exhale, lifting up the chest, dropping the head back. Taking another breath. And then inhale, leaning forward into your arrow lunge. If you can get your hands away from your back, you can. I've got that shoulder rotation, so mine don't really like it if I do it. And then rooting down into that right foot. Bring that left foot all the way up into your chest. Release the hand. Interlace with the base of the left knee. Squeeze it in. And then lean back as far as you can go. Lifting up the chest. And then stepping the foot down. Immediately bending into the knee. Sweeping the hands. Coming into your Utkatasana chair pose. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale. And exhale. Just move back a little bit so you're in the middle of the mat. And you're going to keep lowering down, coming onto the tippy toes. So you're in a bit of a toe stand. Inhale. And exhale. Drop the knees to the floor. And lifting up, standing up onto the knees. Placing the hands, either fingertips facing up or fingertips facing down, whatever is more comfortable for you. We're going into Ustrasana, camel pose. For this first round, don't go too deep. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, drop the head back. Just a little bit. Holding it here for 3 breaths. Long, slow, deep breaths. And then as you exhale, lower the seat back to the heels, hands to the floor, and lift up. Step back into your down dog. Drop the knees to the floor, knees, chin, chest. Pull through, extending down, arms on either side of your body, forward to the floor, palms are up. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the hands. Shalabhasana. Exhale down. Bringing the hands underneath the elbows, bending into the left leg. I'm lying again, sorry. Lifting up, up dog. Now bending into the left leg, rolling over into wild thing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, use that hand, stepping the left foot down in front of you, dropping the right knee at the back, sinking in to your Anjaneyasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, tuck the toe. Exhale, sink a little bit. And then inhale, lifting up into that high lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, interlace the hands at the base, wherever you can, and then slowly begin to lift the chest up towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, leaning forward into that arrow lunge, holding it there, and then stepping into the left foot, bring the right leg right up in towards the chest, releasing the grip, switching it, grabbing at the base of the right knee. Inhale and exhale. Now when you've got your balance, slowly begin to move back as far as you can. Keep pushing your hands into your knees and your knee into your hands and lean back. And then slowly releasing the foot down, bending the knees, coming into Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lowering down, coming up onto the toes, into your toe stand. Taking a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, dropping the knees to the floor, standing up onto the knees, hands to the back. And then whatever variation you did on the other side, remembering we don't want to go too deep. So inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, dropping down a little bit. We're here for 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly coming out of it. Exhale, dropping the feet down to the floor. Hands to the floor. Lifting the bum up to the sky. And then stepping back. Down dog. Okay, so that was round 2. So not too bad yet. We might be able to get 4 rounds in. If you would like to, between rounds, instead of holding a down dog, you're more than welcome to move through a vinyasa of your choice. It just sometimes helps to catch your breath in down dog. Sometimes it's nice to move. I'll just give you guys a moment longer if anyone is moving through a vinyasa. And then dropping the knees down to the floor, coming into that tabletop. Bending the elbows, knees, chin, chest. Holding it there. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, extend the legs out. Hands down beside you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift up the chest, the shoulders, the hands. Shalabhasana. Inhale, lowering down, hands underneath the elbows, lifting up, up dog, really drawing that chest again through the shoulders. Oh, today's been a delicious English Monday day. Bending into the right leg, rolling over, coming into that wild leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, use that hand, stepping all the way forward, dropping the back knee, coming up into your Anjaneyasana. One breath here. Inhale, exhale, sink. Tucking the back toe under. Inhale, exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, lift up to high lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, interlace the hands. Exhale, lifting up the chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, leaning forward into that arrow lunge. Exhale, hold. Rooting into that right foot. Inhale, lifting up the left knee, interlacing the hand, the base of the knee, lifting the knee up in towards the chest. Once you've got your balance, find the bend, reaching back, lean back, lifting up the chest as much as you can. Inhale here, and exhale. And then stepping the foot arms just meet the other one, bend the knees, lifting the hands, holding it there in your Utkatasana, tucking the tailbone, and then slowly lowering down, coming to your toes down. And then dropping the knees onto the floor, lifting up. You need to move back a bit if you can. And then bringing the hands to the base of your spine. Again, if you would like to go a little bit deeper, you're more than welcome to. You can either keep your toes tucked or untucked. Moving into camel. We're here for about 5-6 breaths, so you can play a little bit. If you'd like to try and go deeper, lifting up the chest and then dropping the head back as much as you can, and then reaching for those heels. Once you've got your heels, making sure you're lifting up the chest, dropping the head, holding it still. I'm going to come out of it. It's a little bit hard for me to talk. Whew. So just staying wherever you are for about another 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly coming out of your camel. If you are in the full version of it, bring chin towards the chest, slowly lifting up. You don't want to move too fast. And then sitting back down onto the heels. So just for a little bit of fun, you're going to hop up into a malasana, but you want to hop and land diagonally. So you want to get let me get my left and right, the right hand, the left foot in the middle of your mat, and your right foot is out to the side. It's an angled or diagonal malasana. So what you want to try and do, I was having fun playing with this one today. You're going to sweep your hands, so you're leaning back almost, and then you're going to jump. I'm not really great at describing how to do this. You sort of just got to go with it, have some fun, and laugh. I probably should have gone the other way first. Now my back's too bad. Okay, so your left foot is in the center of your mat, facing forward. Your right foot is out to the right-hand side, holding it here, opening up the hips, opening up the chest. You can move from side to side if it feels good, making sure you're not collapsing, lifting up to the pelvic floor. If you need to go a little bit wider in your malasana, that's okay. We're going to go from here into our half moon. Again, just moving quite slowly and mindfully. So you don't want to rush into it and fall out of it. If you are going from quite a low position into balance. If you do have a block or a cushion or anything in front of you, you want something stable to help you, you can already place the block, my book, sort of at the top of your mat. You know exactly where you're going. Taking the left hand up to your block or otherwise to the floor. Whatever works for you, I'll just use the block as an arm here. Reaching up through the right hand. Slowly transition the weight, lifting the right leg high to the sky, coming into your Ardha Chandrasana half moon. So if you are doing it without the block, you can either have your fingers on the floor or lift the fingers slightly, holding it there. If you have better balance than me, you're more than welcome to try and bind. Probably not going to work today. There we go. No, doesn't want to work today. So grabbing the ankle, there we go, opening up. You're holding here for 3 breaths. So this round is a little bit longer hold. And then releasing that foot, nice and slow. And then stepping back, bending into the left leg, and coming up into warrior 2, sinking into the left leg. Gazes over the left middle finger. Inhale and exhale, sinking a little bit lower. Inhale, bring that left hand down to the floor, right arm up towards the sky. Side angle. Staying here for a couple of breaths. So you can either stay here. If this is too much for you, you can come up onto your knee or your thigh. If you'd like to, you can half bind. So bringing the hand towards that left thigh. If you want to go even deeper, you can take a full bind, reaching those hands, but then making sure you're dropping into that hip, opening up that right shoulder high to the sky. You're not closing off the body. Wherever you are, stay for 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. If you want to bind, slowly releasing it back down into a side angle. And then hands down to the floor. And then stepping back to plank. Holding it there for a moment. And then moving through a vinyasa of your choice. either chaturanga or knees to chest. And we'll meet in down dog. Whew. Just taking 3 nice deep breaths. You can sigh it out here if you need to. Just letting go of anything you're holding on to. But also remembering, take a moment. Feeling. Hello, balloon. Just taking moments to really be grateful for your body and to love your body. Dropping the knees down to the floor, coming into tabletop. And then lowering down, chin and chest. And then extending the legs and tucking the toes, palms down alongside your body. Inhale, lifting up, Shalabhasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale, bringing the hands underneath the elbows. And then inhale, lifting up, up dog. Pulling the chest through. Inhale and exhale. Bending into the left leg, rolling over onto that right hand side, coming into a wild swing. As deep as you want to. Inhale and exhale. Using that hand, bring that foot all the way through, coming down into your Anjaneyasana, sinking into your hips. Inhale and exhale, dropping a little bit more. Inhale, tuck the back toe. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift you up. High lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, interlace the hands behind your back. And then exhale, slowly lift the chest up. Drop the head. Keep that bend in the front leg. Taking a breath here. Inhale, leaning forward into your arrow lunge. And then placing the weight into that left leg. Exhale, relax. And then inhale, stepping in. Bring the right knee up in towards the chest. Interlacing the hands at the base of the knees. You either can stay here if you're finding your legs are a little bit tired. Otherwise, inhale, lift up. And then exhale, leaning back. One side always a bit easier than the other. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, step the foot down, coming into the middle of your mat. Bend the knees a lot, sweep the hands along the floor, lifting up. Utkatasana, don't do what I did and lift your toes. Weight is in the heels. Now lift the toes and then lower down into your toe stand. Dropping the knees to the floor, lifting up. And then coming through for a little bit of camel. Maybe come to say hello. Again, fingertips up, squeezing those elbows in together, or fingertips down, tucking the tailbone under, lifting up through the chest, and then slowly lowering down. Reaching for those ankles, heels or ankles. And before I get completely out of breath, if you want to go even deeper, you can flatten the feet, and then lowering down. Just remembering to keep puffing up through the chest, the heart opening clasp, smile. And then inhale, when you're ready, coming up nice and slow. And then sitting back down onto those heels. We're going to jump up into our diagonal malasana. So this time, right foot is going to be facing the front of your mat and left foot at an angle. So however you manage to jump, leaning back, just like I feel like I'm not going to be able to do it. No, Okay, I'm going to do a leggy jump. And settling into that Malasana squat. Making sure you're not collapsing into the flexibility. So just squeezing in through that Mula Bandha, so you've got a slight little bit more of a lift. Back is nice and straight. And making sure you've got those feet rooting down nicely into the ground. You can rock from side to side, just waking up the hips a little bit more. Although they should be pretty awake by now. And then we're going to be moving into our half moon Ardha Chandrasana. So reaching the right hand up towards the floor to your block or whatever's in front of you. And then reaching the left hand up towards the sky. Weight is going into that right leg, slowly straighten the right leg, lifting the left. You want to try and really, see if I can get it right. Stack those hips on top of each other. Go a little bit higher, and I can show you the bind. And it's okay to use props. I swear by my props. Always have my blocks and my straps near me. So if you want to stay here in half moon, otherwise you can take the bind. The side's not happening. And that's okay. Holding that half moon. Keep trying to lift up out through the chest. If you can take the gaze up towards the top finger. And then slowly lowering the foot all the way back down and lifting up into your warrior two. Gaze over the right middle finger. Inhale, sinking down. Exhale, even lower. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lower that right hand down on the inside of the right leg. Opening up through the chest. Coming into your side angle. Really reaching up that left arm high towards the sky. Otherwise, you're staying here. You can come up onto your leg. Otherwise, half bind. Great. Reaching that left hand to the right side. Otherwise, you can drop down into those hips a little bit more. Taking the right hand underneath and interlacing the hands. Opening up the chest. So really trying to peel that left shoulder up towards the sky. Opening up as much as you can. And then slowly releasing your bind. Coming back into your side angle. Hands to the floor. Turning onto the ball of the feet. And place the right hand on the outside of the right foot. Step back to plank. And then moving through a vinyasa of your choice. So chaturanga, catching at 90. Up dog, 5 knees off the ground. Chest drawing through. And then exhale, using your core, knitting everything back in. Challenge yourself and see if you can stay on the tops of the toes for a moment. And then flip over. Woo. Well done, guys. I'm definitely out of breath. So we can try and move through another round. I might just go a little bit faster and probably drop the camel. And then we'll settle down, cool down. So dropping the knees to the floor, coming to tabletop, knees to chest. Pull through Shalabhasana. And then as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hands underneath the elbows. Exhale, forward to the floor. Inhale, lift you up. Up dog. Bending into the right leg, flipping over. Coming into your wild swing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Coming all the way through, dropping that back knee and vinyasa. Inhale and exhale. Tuck the toes, lift up high lunge, inflate the hands. Inhale and exhale. Leaning forward into the arrow lunge. Step that foot, bring the knee up in towards the chest. Grabbing the hands at the base of the knee, leaning back. Inhale and exhale. Step the foot down, move back to the middle of your mat. Bend the knees, sweep the hands along the floor, lifting up Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale. Coming up onto your toes, lowering all the way down. And then dropping the knees to the floor. Taking a breath, hands to the floor. Tuck. No, not tuck, we're jumping, sorry. So leaning back, jumping into that Malasana. Left foot is in front, holding it there for one breath. Reaching the left hand up to the sky, right over up to the floor, right hand up towards the sky. Weight goes into the left side, lifting up. Half moon. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower down into warrior two. Exhale, relax. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, dropping that left hand on the inside of the left foot. Exhale, reaching up, side up. Inhale and exhale. Hands to the floor. Left hand on either side, on the other side of the left foot. Step back to plank. Move through vinyasa of your choice. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Keep going. Drop the knees down to the floor. Chin chest. Pull through onto your belly. Palms up. Inhale, lift up. Shalabhasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lower down. Hands underneath the elbows. And exhale. Inhale, lift you up. Up dog. Exhale, hold. Inhale, bending into the left leg. Exhale, rolling over onto the other side. Coming into your wild swing. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, using that hand, stepping all the way through the front. Drop the back knee, and Anjaneyasana. Inhale, and exhale. Tuck the back toe, lifting up the back knee. High lunge, one breath here. Inhale, inflate the hand. And exhale. Inhale, arrow lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, step all the way forward. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Interlace the hands. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Hold it there. Inhale. And exhale. Step the foot back. Inhale, bend the knees. Oops. Lifting up into your chair. Utkatasana. And then exhale, slowly lowering down. Coming into your toe stand. Hands to the floor. You can jump the right foot. You can go from toe stand, or if you want to go from knees flat. Just having a little bit of fun on this Monday evening. And then holding here for one breath. Inhale and exhale. Right hand down to the floor, left hand up to the sky. Rooting down into the right side, lifting up if you need to block, grab your block. Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lowering back down into your warrior two. Exhale, sinking down. Holding for one breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, or left hand on the inside, right hand on the inside of the right leg foot. Sorry guys. Inhale and exhale. Hand comes down to the floor. Left hand moves over to the outside of the left foot. Step back to plank. And then moving through the last vinyasa. Shifting forward. Lowering down, chaturanga. Keep that tailbone tucked. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Keep on the tops of your feet for a moment. And then flip over. Down dog. Dropping the knees to the floor. Untucking the toes. Bum down to heels. Taking a very well-deserved child's pose. Just taking 5 to 8 long, slow, deep breaths here. Just allowing the body to settle down again. Lowering the heart rate, catching the breath. These ladder flows are quite sneaky. They sort of just catch you by surprise. And rooting your hands down into the ground. Drawing a line along the mat with your nose or your chin. Pulling through onto your belly. Hands underneath your forehead. Rocking the hips from side to side. Otherwise, just finding stillness. Whatever feels good for you. Just allowing the back to settle. And then rolling over onto your back. Double check comes up. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, hands at the base of the knees, coming into wind release, so just flexing the toes. Really getting that sacrum down onto the ground. It should feel like quite a nice release after those couple of back bends and heart opens. And then keep hugging that right knee in, extending the left leg up towards the sky, and then lowering it all the way down to the floor. Taking the left hand on the outside of the right knee, right arm extends out to the side, and then inhale, twisting over, and then exhale, dropping down as deep as you can. Oh, come on back. I can really feel my back needs a good crack and it doesn't want to. So remembering to rather keep your shoulder on the floor and get the knee down to the floor. You can also take a block. Right, yeah. So you can take a block or even a cushion and place it underneath the knee. It might help you settle down a bit. If you need to twist that higher up your spine, if you need to release, just draw the knee up a little bit more and then drop it down. It's quite a cool twist to play with. You can see where up the spine where you can get that release. And then slowly coming back through center. Holding that right knee in for a moment. You can hug it in, otherwise just holding it. And then extending the right knee down, the right foot down to the floor, leg down to the floor. Hugging the left. Squeeze it in. The right hand onto the outside of the left knee. The left hand extends out to the left hand side. Inhale, begin to twist over to the right hand side. And then if you use the block on the other side, you can do so. Just making sure you're keeping that left shoulder on the floor. Gaze over the left arm. Finding that twist and release where you need it the most. And then inhale, draws you back. You can hug the left knee in or just hold it there. So we're going to move into Halasana and then shoulder stand and then back down into Halasana. But if you don't want to go into shoulder stand or Halasana, you can take a block, a cushion, a blanket, even your wall, lifting the legs up, Viparita Karani. You can stay here. For those of you who'd like to go into Halasana, just make sure I don't kick anything. You're going to bring the knees in towards the chest and then all the legs all the way over. If your feet touch the ground, you can start to shimmy the shoulders underneath and try interlace the hands. But if that's too much for you, you can just keep your hands along the base of the spine. If your feet don't touch the floor, keep the arms out alongside you, rooting down into the ground. It's really important to make sure you don't move your neck in these poses. Keep your head still. If you have any pain, come out of it. If it's a bit sore on the top vertebrae, you can also take a towel or a blanket and place it underneath to see if your spine's digging into the mat. If you'd like to go up into shoulder stand, placing the hands on alongside the spine, walking those elbows in as best you can, and then slowly lifting the feet off the ground, and then lifting them up all the way. Tucking the tailbone. Using the core to hold you up. Your legs are quite soft still. If you want to move them, you can play around a little bit. You can bring the knee to the forehead and then placing the other knee into the foot. And then swapping over, just constantly moving slowly with control. And then shoulder stand coming out, lowering back down through Halasana. If you'd like to, you can bend the knees and bring the knees down towards the ears, coming into ear pressure pose. And then slowly coming out with control. You can either leave your hands on the side, or if you need a bit of guidance, you can catch them at the base. Just moving nice and slowly. Whoops. And guys, in Viparita Karani, you can also slowly come out of it. Just getting the feet as wide as the mat. One last twist. And drop the knees. Well, actually, let's do it this way rather. Bringing the left foot on top of the right thigh. And then slowly lowering the knees over the left-hand side. It's just a different way to go into it instead of going from wing to wiper. It feels good. You can place the right hand on the right hip. And just wherever feels good, you can hold the gaze. And then bring that knee back up through center. If you'd like to do a reverse pigeon, you can. Otherwise, you can just stay here. Or try and reverse pigeon. Bring the knees in. Interlacing the hands at the base of the right knee. And then just squeezing the knees in. Just a short one, 2 or 3 breaths. Just to release the hips and the legs, legs down. And then lowering the feet back down. Swapping over, right foot stacking on to left leg. And then dropping over to the right side. So both the knees fall down to the right hand side. Okay, just find when it is comfortable for you. If you even want to cactus into the arms, you can. And then slowly coming back out of it, and back to center. If you did so on the other side, coming into that reverse pigeon. So interlacing the hands to the base of the left knee, drawing the knees in, pushing the arm into the knee and the knee into the arm, flexing into the foot. And then slowly releasing down. And then any last movement you feel you may need. Maybe you want to do windscreen wipers or happy baby, wind release, just anything that feels good for you. Otherwise, you're coming straight into your Shavasana. Also, yogi's choice. You either in constructive rest, where I am now. Supta Baddha Konasana might be a little intense in the lower back. You can also come feet as wide as the mat, drop the knees in. I do like this. I find it's really supportive on my lower back. Otherwise, just coming into traditional Shavasana, extending the left and the right leg to opposite corners. You want to put a blanket over yourself. You may grab one, or jersey, keeping warm. Turning your palms to face up. You want your arms at about 45 degrees, closing into the eyes, allowing the eyelids to become heavy. And just relaxing into the body. Really allowing at a cellular level the magic to work. The body's intelligence to integrate. And to reap the benefits of the asana. And with love as our center of our class today. Maybe it feels good. There's someone you need to just tell them you love them. Maybe in your own special way. Loving yourself is just as important. We so often complain. We're never quite happy with what we have or how we look. There's curly hair, we want straight hair. If we have green eyes, we want blue eyes. If we're tall, we want to be short. If we're short, we want to be tall. So I challenge each one of you throughout the week to find a moment when you start self-loathing, to change that. Find something you absolutely love about yourself, something that's uniquely you. And begin to appreciate everything that makes you who you are. Spending these last final moments, allowing the body to completely relax down, melting into your mat. And just deepening the breath. Bringing awareness back into your body. If you're in any other position, just begin to extend the legs out in front of you. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, drawing the hands up above your head. And then exhale, dropping them down behind you. Flexing the feet, drawing the toes to the shins. And then as you inhale, stretching from fingertips to toe tips, but you're also trying to get the toes to touch the shins. And exhale, releasing down. Drawing the knees up in towards the chest, rock from side to side. And then rolling down onto the right hand side, coming into a fetal position. Closing the eyes still. Taking a moment. Bringing your attention back to your sankalpa, your intention that you set. Otherwise, just simply thinking of one thing that you love about yourself that makes you you. And state it to yourself 3 times. It can be anything. It can be superficial. It can be really deep and meaningful. Whatever you need this evening. And then keeping the eyes closed, gently push up into a comfy cross-legged seat. Keeping the spine nice and long, elbows are drawing into the sides. Palms are down to feel grounded. Taking a deep breath into the nose. And then exhale, sigh out. Taking your right hand over your heart, left hand over your hand. Just flooding the body with love and kindness. Going into the rest of the week with an open, happy heart. And then bringing the hands to heart center. Dropping the chin towards the chest, forehead towards the fingertips. Thank you for coming to practice this evening with me. It was an absolute pleasure guiding you. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again on the mat sometime soon. Delight to me sees the mat in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you, guys.